trying to do is, and it's gonna work. I do it like it's I'm gonna make a cake. And I'm gonna put it, the yeast stuff that gives cake.
What the fuck? And you got gloves, but you making the cake on me?
Hold on, girl. Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, the cake is gonna be for her dude. Okay, she gone. I'm gonna make him. He kind of acting like he's sad because she gonna be gone or whatever.
Yeah.
Just say he ate 3 eggs. I'm gonna make the cake. It's gonna be for him. He don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this cake.
Right.
He don't fucking know.
Right.
But I'm gonna make the cake.
Is it his birthday or something?
No, he feeling all down and shit.
Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna make the cake for him to act like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really care. What she said, a cake, and I think she said he like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Lemonade, Kool-Aid or something. So, I'll make the cake, put her the yeast.
What?
Trust me, it's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
His dick is not gonna get on hard.
What?
It's not gonna nothing until Kim come back, cause it's like she showed me how to do it, cause I guess they learned it in Africa.
Yeah.
She showed me a long time ago.
Yeah. What is it like, look? What you doing? Like, why you putting the yeast in there? Is it gonna make you better?
No, it's gonna make him only want her. Like,
oh, okay. Like a potion, love potion shit.
It's only gonna look.
Ugh. Let me see that. Ugh.
It's hers, girl. I had to.
It's so hard.
I know. I'm gonna look this thing.
Bitch, fuck that. Going on, man.
Come on. I mean, make sure. So I gotta. Damn, she probably. What? You gotta put like. You don't gotta put that much. Oh shit.
Damn, that shit hard.
I know. Maybe I don't think I should have left it in the refrigerator, but it's yeast.
This shit.
I want this shit to rise. I don't know.
Stay away from these black women,
Trying to do
brothers.
shit.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in the gospel, brother, from the stand of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Hey, brothers, this is why these black hoes, these black-ass women, this is why the Lord got to put them down like the wild animals that they are. This is what they call spirit cooking, right? Ancient tradition from the West Coast, the Caribbean, which, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and, the women of the tribes are involved in wickedness, man. And from what I heard, and this is an older video, I think I've seen this maybe some years ago, but this is a real deal. It's called spirit cooking, when women basically put spells on you. It's basically a love spell to keep you hooked and fixated on them, not knowing that the dumb bitch putting a spell on you, eventually that spell comes back and it hunts her twofold, man. Because the Lord said that there's no enchantment against Jacob, but nonetheless, these Jakes out here that's not rooted in his wisdom and knowledge and understanding, a lot of these Jakes are caught up in this shit, man, by dealing with these black ass women. You heard what she said. She's doing it for a friend, because she mentioned something about his ride ain't gonna get hard until she comes back or whatever it was. I couldn't really hear it because when you screen recording, you can't really hear the audio as well. But looks like she's scraping some period blood and all this other shit into this man's food, man, in order to get him stuck and fixated on her, man. And this is why a lot of you Jakes out here, this is why a lot of you Jakes, man, That's why a lot of y'all asses in the shit house now. Because y'all dealing with these wicked ass Eves that's putting spells on y'all and doing Lord knows what to you behind your back, man. This is why me personally, I don't send bitches my picture unless, you know, and I have in the past, you know, which, you know, we're, you know, it's all through your how about Shimmy, how was shy. Because I ain't gonna lie and say that I don't think chicks can try to fucking vex me or, you know, different brothers and shit like that, because this is just the wickedness of these hoes, these black bitches, man. Excuse my French, but this is just the wickedness of these black ass women. This is what they do, you know, because they're evil, they're combative, they're feminist, and they want ultimate control over men. So they go about it on the left hand means to get men to be fixated on their lifestyle. And when a man becomes abusive and toxic and he decides to run her head through a concrete wall, then all of a sudden she's like, oh, this nigga's crazy. But do you ever thought maybe the love spell you put on this wicked nigga has come back to bite you in the ass because you're doing sorcery? Which Yahweh Shimmy Hawashai does not condone that. Okay, witches in the ancient world was killed, put to death, burnt at stake, or banished. There's a story in the Bible that when Saul banished all the witches out of the coast of Israel, in particular when he went to seek the prophet Samuel to get an answer on what was going to be his fate, because the Lord was not answering Samuel by vision nor prophet. So what he did, the same witch he banished, the witch of Endor, he went and he inquired of her to invoke Samuel from the dead, from the spirit world, so he can prophesy to Saul to let him know his fate. But nonetheless, you know, the thing was he banished the witches, man, because it was forbidden. But this society is built on witchcraft, man. From your doctors, your lawyers, the women you deal with, you know, the job you work. Hell, everything is shrouded in witchcraft, man. Hell, the media, you know, which is ultimate, their ultimate power is deception. Because if you ask a witch, and it was a chick I was fucking with, and I asked her straightforward, I said, if you was in a cult, would you tell me? She said, probably not. And that let me know everything I need to know about the bitch. I'm like, yeah, I ain't fucking with her like that. You know, but all these women are into this wickedness, man. Okay, whether they know or whether they go to this extreme to try to get a man under their jurisdiction. A lot of these women, when they say I'm spiritual, or, you know, I believe in the goddess, or, you know, the universe, then you got to be leery of them doing shit like this, man, because that's a telltale sign. If a bitch say she's spiritual, that means she's a witch. All right, I've had women that tell me, oh, you need to get to know yourself. Y'all don't know who y'all are, because, you know, I told Bill, look, I believe in the Bible. All right, I believe in the Hebrew Israelites, and, you know, the first thing they say is, oh, y'all don't know who y'all selves are. Like the power of the ancestors is gonna do something against the men of the Lord. No, you know. But anyway, long story short, this is why I don't send women my pictures, bro. Like, if I ain't dealing with you, then I ain't giving you no fucking picture, man. Because, you know, a lot of times women, what they do, they have their little groups, they have their little tarot card readings, and, you know, they'll put your picture in a group on a full moon, and they'll cast spells on you, man. You know, which a lot of times, you know, shit falls on deaf ears, because the Lord, you ain't cursing the men of the Lord, no matter how much you try. But nonetheless, this shit do work in some cases, man. Because if you find yourself too fixated on a particular chick and you can't seem to shake her or get over her, no matter how wicked she was to you, then 9 times out of 10 she probably done put something in your food, man. This is why every chick that want to cook for me, they have to cook. You got to do that shit in my house, and I'm gonna be jury. I'm gonna be watch you. I'm gonna have a complete. I'm gonna be hoovering over you like a goddamn bat, man. You know, because I need to know what you're doing in my food. You ain't bringing no seasonings. All the seasonings that you gonna use is gonna be of my cabinet. All right. Now, you may say, well, that's a little extreme. It ain't no extreme, man, because like I said, women's be on this type of wickedness, man. You know, and all these women, brothers, they do this wicked shit. You know, hell, even your woman, they be cooking for you. She probably didn't put something in your food before. That's why I say, hey, get a woman that ain't got a period. I'm just talking shit, man. But nonetheless, man, you know, they got something which is called a yoni steam, and basically they blow this steam and vapor until they quiver, you know, which is supposed to clean out the insides. But now I'm hearing that they do this shit over a pot of rice. They'll boil the rice and they'll sit over the rice and let the steam get inside the box, and then they'll feed the rice to their men, and then the nigga just be batshit insane. All right, this is why, hey, you black women, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna put a great deal of you. I'm gonna say the Lord is gonna put more than half of you to death. Okay, you black ass trifling hoes out there, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna put you to death, because this is straight fucking wickedness, man. All because you don't want the nigga to leave, because you don't want him to deal with other women. You want to assume control over a man's life when the Lord gives this man control, or gives this man full autonomy to go out there and deal with how he needs to deal, as long as it's within the legality of truth, man. You women can't stop Yahweh Bashim Yahweh's program. Oh, well, you got too many women, so I'm going to put a spell on you so you can only fuck with me. Bitch, you ain't got that fucking kind of right. So yeah, you brothers out there, man, you got to vet these fucking women, man. You got to vet them, and you got to continue to vet them. Because believe it or not, if you a man of the Lord, I guarantee you probably dealt with a woman that was a witch, and that probably tried to put a spell on you, man. Which, we don't worry about that type shit, but regardless of it, you can't be too careful. Okay? So anyway, let's go from here. The book of Sirach 25, and I'm gonna start at verses 23. It says a wicked woman, matter of fact, let's start of 23. It says a wicked woman abed the courage and make it a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. Yeah, because she'll break your heart. She'll treat you a certain way, and the fact that she casts a spell on you, you don't understand why you can't just let go of this bitch, man. But yet she's out committing adultery, she's out fucking niggas on social media, she's out doing all types of wickedness. But yet you can't seem to shake the foundation of this wicked ass woman. It's probably because she probably didn't try to pull a spell on you, man. And that's just real talk. So once again, you got to vet these hoes, man. Don't be quick to let these women into your lives, brothers, man. Because I say Keisha is good for one thing and one thing only. And this is not to you few sisters out there that may be doing the right thing to your men. All right, we ain't talking about you. But you black women are really only good for one thing, and that's really just giving a sex. All right, and I'm just being frank with you, and I'm being transparent. The best you can do for a man is give him box, because you don't submit, you combative as shit, you don't listen, all right, and you are already a whore. So the best thing you can do is give a nigga, some kuba and get the hell on about your business, man. And any nigga that got a problem with that, so fucking what? Go unalive yourself. Because you got men in this thing that say, you got a man or woman, brother. But yet, ain't not a woman they dealt with a virgin and commit all types of adultery on these stupid asses, man. So these women are for the streets, But anyway, it says here, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, make it weak hands and feeble knees. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah. Okay, because this is the type of wicked shit that Eve is on, man. So let's listen to it again.
Trying to do is, and it's gonna work.
And the crazy part about it is she's smoking a Black and Mild, and she has a child in the background, man. Okay, they have no discretion for their children whatsoever. This is why we got to get the hell out of here, brothers, man. This is what we have to deal with.
It's I'm gonna make a cake. And I'm gonna put it, like the yeast stuff that be in the cake.
What the fuck? And you got gloves, but you making the cake, homie?
Hold on, girl. Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay.
And it's stupid though, because they don't understand how fucking dumb it is. Like the fact you being recorded, don't you know this shit gonna go viral, and don't you know you're gonna be exposed to what you doing? And then when a nigga you putting a spell on ends up popping up at your doorstep, or your doorway, or coming to your home, and he puts a healthy 50 cal bullet right through your goddamn skull, and you wonder why your head is shot out all over the kitchen. This is why, because you do dumb shit, man. Okay, you women have no discretion, because even if you are doing this, why would you record it? Stupid hoes, man.
The cake is gonna be for her dude. Okay, she gone. I'm gonna make him. He kind of acting like he's sad because she gonna be gone or whatever.
Yeah.
What you say here? 3 eggs. I'm back before. I'm gonna make the cake. It's gonna be for him. He don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this cake.
Right.
He don't fucking know.
Right.
But I'm gonna make the cake.
Is it his birthday or something?
No, he feeling all down and shit.
Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna make the cake for him to act like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really care. What she said, a cake, and I think she said he like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Lemonade, Kool-Aid or something. So.
So basically, she's a what you call what they call them people, a spellcaster, but it's another word. It's a some worker, a root worker or some shit, man. And a lot of them Haitian chicks, them Levite chicks, man, they be into this spirit cooking and all this other stuff, man. Hell, celebrities even go into it. Lady Gaga, Beyonce, all these hoes are involved in that wickedness, man.
I'll make the cake, put the yeast.
What?
Trust me, it's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
His dick is not gonna get on hard.
What?
It's not gonna nothing until Kim come back.
All that fucking control. It's all the control of the man. All because this black bitch wants control over Adam, bro. Going back into the garden. Said his ride ain't gonna get hard until the bitch comes back. Like, what kind of... You ain't got no right to put that on. You ain't got no right to tell a man what he can do and what he can't do with his ride, man. Especially if the Heavenly Father doesn't condone it. This is why you black women are gonna fucking die, man. And I can't wait to see you hoes get fucked up, man. Because this shit really pisses me off because this really goes on in Jake community, man.
It's like, she showed me how to do it because I guess they learned it in Africa.
Yeah.
She showed me a long time ago.
Yeah. What is it like, look? What you doing? Like, why you putting the yeast in there? Is it gonna make you better?
No, it's gonna make him only want her. Like,
Oh, okay. Like a potion.
And she's teaching the other black bitch. She's teaching the other demon the tricks of the trade. And you think she's gonna be righteous and say, nah, you shouldn't do that. That ain't right. Hell nah, she's with it. Cause she wants to know how to trap men up too.
And love
yeah,
potion shit.
it's only gonna look.
Ugh. Let me see that. Ugh.
It's hers, girl. I had to.
It's so hard.
I know. I don't know if it's thick. You know,
Bitch, fuck that. Going on, man.
come on. I mean, make sure. So I gotta. Damn, she probably. What? You gotta put like. You don't gotta put that much. Oh shit! Shit, don't need to get on me.
That's hella disgusting, man. And all that's gonna come back on them too. All that wickedness, because one thing, like my grandmother, I was speaking to my mom years ago about it, and we was talking about shit like this, and she was telling me, because growing through the grapevine, I've heard it when I was younger. I don't know if I heard it right, but I was a child. But I think my grandmother's auntie was a witch. All right, from down south. I think she was from like fucking New Orleans or something. You know what I'm saying? I got family that go down to New Orleans and fucking Louisiana, from Chicago all the way down. Because Chicago is really a migrated city. People migrated from Chicago, from Louisiana, New Orleans, Tennessee, Mississippi. You know, but even then, you know, family going all the way back down to the Caribbean and shit. You know, so I was hearing my mother overheard, and they mentioned something about her being a witch, like her auntie, great auntie or some shit. And I was talking to my mother a couple of years ago, and we was talking about how my grandmother was like saying about root workers, and how my grandmother used to throw salt on the porch every morning because, you know, it's supposed to keep the spirits and stuff away. You know, like them old jakes, they're very superstitious. Like, don't split the pole, don't sweep the feet, you know. But my grandmother used to throw salt on the porch every morning because according to certain rituals, if you're watching those exorcist movies and shit, they have a pentagram and they have the salt, which contains the demonic or the energy inside that pentagram, and they can't cross over it. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was telling me, she said, even if, people are doing this type shit, it's going to come back on them, because at the end of the day, you can't make nobody do anything. So while it may work, but at the same time, it just eventually the Lord just intervenes, and these bitches are going to die horribly. Okay, these are the women that's going to be in the concentration camps, getting raped, getting their heads cut off, getting split in two, getting tortured, getting attacked by wild dogs, all right, being unalived by their husbands, man, because this shit has it has a bad effect to it. So she thinks she's doing something divine, but that's going to come back and hit her twofold, because the same dude, even though this was a while ago, this chick may be dead already, man. Like when you find those women and you hear about them on the news, that black woman was cut up into 12 parts and thrown in a suitcase and flown down the river some goddamn way. It be bitches like this, man.
Damn.
Damn, that shit hard.
I know. I don't think I should have left it in the refrigerator, but it's yeast.
This shit.
I want this shit to rise. I don't know.
And a stupid nigga gonna eat that shit, bro. That's why, hey, unless I really rock with a chick, even then, and just like you really going on fade, because you can rock with a chick and she'll still do this to you, man. Unless you just get you a chick that's really down for you and genuine, then, hey, it is what it is. But, hey, don't be giving these fly-by-night ass women access to you, brothers, man. All right? Suspect everything. Look at the bitch's friend groups. Look who she converse with. Look who she talked to. Look at her mom, You gotta get the dossier on these hoes, man. Because you invite a fucking demon into your house, and before you know it, your whole house get overthrown. It was one chick I was dealing with, my so-called wife I was with for 7.5 years, and I suspected her to be into some folly after a while, because it came to the point that she couldn't accept the truth no more, because Jake is lawfully able to have multiple wives. She couldn't really get with that. That really was a stumbling block. But she wanted to control. But I was realizing, like, she was always trying to wear my necklaces and shit. And then you got some women that just really want to be attached to you, but you got to question why you want to be so in my skin so bad, man. But one time, one of my necklaces came up missing, and find out she went down south to see her friend in Texas, and she took my fucking necklace with her, man. And I really, I had to curse the bitch out, because I'm like, why you taking my shit? What are you doing with it? Are you trying to cast spells or whatever? Which it didn't work, because clearly, I'm not with her ass, but still, at the end of the day, you just never know what these women are doing, man. Okay? Sirach 26, and I'm going to start at verses 25. It says here, a dishonest woman containeth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. 25, it says, a shameless woman should be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And these women, they do not fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, bro. Okay? They do not, man. Where we at? It says all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. I think that's right here. That the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Anyway, I'll get it in Sirach 42. Because I don't want to scroll through all that right now. Sirach 42. And I'm going to start at verses... let's start at verses 6. It says, sure keeping is good where an evil wife is, and shut up where many hands are. You got to keep these hoes locked up. Like Apostle Tar said, he said, if your chick ain't got no chastity belt, then it ain't your woman, man. These women got social media. They hop from rod to rod. Them ain't your women, man. You just leasing these hoes, bro. That's all they are, is you just leasing them. It's not your woman. It's just your turn. That's why most relationships you brothers are in, it ends because that ain't your woman, bro. All right? It's just your turn. That's community pussy, man. All right? Going down to verses 13, it says, for from garments cometh the moth, and from women wickedness. Okay? Wickedness. These women are wicked. Spirit cooking, it don't get no worse than that, man. Because all types of wickedness ends in your life, man. All right? I know I'm overlooking that precept. All wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And this is why these women, and this is why these wicked ass niggas get caught up with these women like this. You notice that brothers that get caught up with wicked women, the Lord ends up taking that woman away because she wasn't right for that brother, man. You know, but if you with a wicked woman and she's still wicked, 9 times out of 10 is because your ass ain't right, man. Even though we all got wicked women, of course. But even then, if you got a woman that just a pure demon, and you know she's a demon and you sticking with it, it's because your ass ain't right. Notice, but when the Lord get these women out of our lives, man, we thrive in the truth. So you can't blame a brother and say, oh, you wicked because you got a wicked woman. No, I've still got the Lord. You know, it's just if that woman sticks around and she's wicked and the Lord don't remove her, then you got to question your judgment. But verse 19, it says, all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And you already know the nigga who she's cooking for is a wicked nigga. Okay, you can just tell by the vibration of the woman. They wicked. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy 18:9. It says, when thou art come into the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations, man. Remember, a lot of that spirit cooking start in Africa. You know, and a lot of those Hamites, man, that's what Ham meant, the land of Ham, which goes into the Hebrew word chum, which means hot, or kim. It says, there should not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an absorber of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Okay, and she's a witch, a female sorcerer, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. It reads, for all they that do these things are an abomination to the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy power doth drive them out before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy power, man. Okay. Go to here. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. I think that's in Exodus, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Exodus or Exodus 22:18. Exodus 22, and I'm going to start at verses 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So she's supposed to be put to death. And our women, they are blatantly witches, man. Which goes into the Hebrew word called wasap, which means to practice witchcraft or sorcery. Use witchcraft. All right. Primitive root, properly to whisper a spell, enchant or practice magic. That's what she's doing. And then she'll pray over this shit on a full moon. And Lord forbid she got your hair or some blood. You really in for some shit, man. Okay. So, yeah, these women got to be stopped, man, ASAP, man. The Lord got to come and get us because we're literally behind enemy lines. All right, there's spiritual attacks on all sides. But those of us, the men of the Lord, we ain't really got to worry about this shit. But it's just a disturbing fact that women will try to do this to us. You know, even if we in the truth or not, it won't have an effect. But it's still disturbing that they will put shit in your food to see if they can control your mind, bro. That's scary as shit because you just never know. This is why I don't eat women's spaghetti. I don't eat women's red sauce. I don't do none of that shit. Like they had a little Black History bullshit thing at work the other day, and a lot of that food was catered. The only thing I got from there was the chicken because it was catered. They had spaghetti. They had yams. I think was catered. But the string beans and all that other shit, spaghetti, I'm like, nah, I'm not getting none of that, man. I don't eat nobody's spaghetti. If it ain't my grandmother's or my mother's, I'm not eating it. And even then, I don't want to eat a woman's spaghetti any goddamn way, man. You know, Micah 7:10, it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where's the Lord thy power? It reads, my eyes should behold her. Now she should be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Lord's will, you are edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.